Welcome to Requiem 1.8.2, Part 4. It really does take a while to learn this heavy bow. Even at higher levels, you have to hold it back for a while and you have to be patient. You can't just fire them off like a light bow. Sneaking at this level is almost impossible. Sneaking is so much harder in Requiem. So this is going to be a fight, and we're going to use a ghostly wolf. And that didn't work very well at all. And because I fired the heavy arrow so fast, it didn't kill the bandit even in light armor. Now that arrow actually hit, and that did kill, because it was held back long enough to get the kill, even though that person had some heavy armor. And that guy was just wearing robes. Now, if I'd hit Koznak, it would have killed him. And that was actually pretty close. So after those 4 guys, that's it. Or however many that was. And loot everything.
Oh, convey my compliments to Delvin for me. Tell him I'll be happy to reopen whatever doors he needs in Solitude.
And look who's back. In Requiem he comes back, which is nice. Okay, time for some blacksmithing. The mining works great because you get you can start making jewelry. And jewelry levels up smithing really fast, particularly at the low levels. So she's been doing a lot of mining, and it's paying off. And daggers don't do anything to level up smithing, but making iron armor does. And she's been doing a lot of iron mining. And also going around and, picking up all those tankards now is going to pay off. So I really like Nord weapons for some reason. They're almost as good as ebony, and they're heavy. Heavy weapons, that's what I want to penetrate heavy armor. You need heavy bows and heavy arrows to penetrate heavy armor. So this is always something I do, and it helps level up smithing. Should be able to get to 50. I always plan on this round getting to 50, just with iron and jewelry. And all of these, all this iron armor can be recycled again back into iron ingots and make more iron. And I might as well just boost those up. I have 1,000,000 hides, thanks to recycling. All of this comes from recycling, by the way. The iron and the leather. It's almost all recycling. So here we are now. I'm taking a look at the different weapons. Made a glass war axe. Because it's light, I'm thinking about using it. I have a bunch of orc arrows, an orc bow, and an orc crossbow. So I still can't do ebony smithing yet. So that's my next goal, is to be able to do some ebony smithing. And I've only found a couple of items to improve smithing. I think I have 2. So anyway, my armor has gone up a lot just by doing the upgrade that I just did. I'm real happy with the crossbow and with the bow. Very happy with that. I can't carry them both, I don't think. I just don't have the carry weight. So I want to play with both. I definitely want to stay with heavy bows. Even though the light bows are faster, they just don't penetrate heavy armor. So here the character is after doing that. Lockpicking is great. Pickpocket needs to get to 100. Alchemy still crawling up slowly. Did get regeneration, which is a huge perk and a game changer. Not that interested in conjuration. Very interested in alteration. We need some kind of defense against magic, and these 3 perks in Skyrim give you like 75%. In Requiem they give you 30% for all 3 perks. And you need those, I need those 3 perks, because mages just one-hit you. So I did take smithing all the way to 100 by, doing it, just keep pounding away at stuff. Marksmanship has almost been entirely bought from trainers. Evasion still crawling up. Sneak at 30 is it's almost impossible to sneak at 30. That needs to go up to be able to sneak at all. So I decided to go here. I mean, I'm kind of joining everyone. And the downside of this is this will release the vampires. Vampires will start, you'll bump into them at night. But I want all the stuff that's inside the Dawnguard.
Never seen a crossbow before, eh? Not surprised. Kind of a Dawnguard specialty. Nothing better for putting down vampires.
Yep, never seen one of those before. A steel crossbow. That's impressive. Okay, right above the Dawnguard there's a book, and I picked that book up. It's right above, it's like on the hill on top of the Dawnguard, directly above the Dawnguard. And I bring that back, and it's the easiest way to get access to the orc stronghold.
Wisdom of the old, I guess. If you find a book called The Last Scabbard of Akrish, could you bring it to me? Tacitus sure isn't learning by example. Thanks. Books. Don't know why the Imperials like these so much.
And it's also an interesting read.
Malakath willing.
It's an interesting story. I enjoyed reading it.
Show you how an orc learns to smith.
Okay, so I give her the book, and I also invest in her business.
Excellent.
She's going to give me access to the orc strongholds. And I need to go to the orc strongholds to get the ebony book and ebony ingots.
Good use. Until next time. For your help, I'm sending word to the orc strongholds that you'll be trusted. You should be welcome there now.
Are you looking to work? The mines are the finest weapons and armor.
And you get a enormous number of ebony ingots from that mine. And here's the book I need to be able to do ebony smithing. This guy has it. I don't know if anyone else has it, but this is the guy. And all you need is 6,200 gold.
Don't know what you're missing.
So then I come back and do ebony smithing. And here's what I got from the Dawnguard, and I've upgraded it. Again, I still don't have smithing gear to get the highest rate possible, but I have really good armor now. with some jewelry that ups my armor rating. Here's what I have. My ebony crossbow is better, as I would expect. My ebony bow is much better than glass. Glass is only 173. And so I like the ebony bow much better. So when we're talking about killing power, the bow is the best. The ebony bow is the best. I did have to make orc stuff because that's all I could make for a while, but now the ebony bow and the ebony war axe, although they're heavy and it creates a carry weight problem, I'm going to go with the greater killing power. Not that much difference between arrows. Ebony arrows and orc, and I have a bunch of orc arrows. So the ebony armor is very nice, and you'll say that's over the armor cap, but a lot of the NPCs have a 50% debuff against armor, so if you go up against someone who has a 50% debuff against armor, you're under the armor cap. And you know, remember the bad guys have perks just like you do. So some of them have a 75% debuff to armor. So ebony is not going to make you invincible. In fact, I would say that armor is really terrible, because you're going to get one hit by mages, because you have no protection against magic. So I give it to Koznak.
Let's get going.
He can wear it. And I take a look at his stats through follower tweaks. And he has perks in heavy armor, and he's at 829, so that's good. He's pretty good at one-handed and heavy armor. He only has 5 in light armor, which makes him terrible. So he's okay. He's good. And I decided to get pickpocket up, and as you get higher, you can do this sort of thing. And you have to have the perk in pickpocketing people when they're asleep, which makes this really easy, and I just move a bunch of money back and forth and get to 100. But you can't do this at low levels, so you have to have the right perks. And the whole point of doing this is to take perks out. And then I take the money and dump it into training. Buying training is just a matter of stealing enough money.
So good to see you again. How can I be of service?
And now Dar'sa is popular everywhere with everyone because she invested in being a business partner with everyone, including at Radiant Raiment. They love her there. So now it's time to go in and pay a visit to the companions because she needs access to some very good trainers that you only get access to if you join the companions. So there's a one-handed and two-handed both trainer in there. The marksmanship trainer was in the Thieves Guild. So lockpicking and pickpocket is 100, and the good news is she can take perks out. In Requiem, you can take perks out when you get to 100, and that's as valuable as putting perks in. So we go meet these guys and have some conversations, and then we fight this guy.
Just have a few swings at me so I can see your form. Don't worry, I can take it. Pretty good arm you have. Come on, just move.
And the Ebony War Axe does the job.
Now that's impressive. You're mightier than you look. You might just make it. But for now, You're still a whelp to us, new blood. So you do what we tell you. Here's my sword. Go take it up to Yorland to have it sharpened. And be careful. It's probably worth more than you are.
I've put gold has no carry weight so you can see how much money she's accumulating. So yeah, that must be a very nice sword to be worth more than 93,000.
I'm still here. Let's go.
Those are the numbers she has with Soup, and we now have access to trainers inside the companions, which is what she needed. That was the whole point, to get to the trainers. So now we return to the quest line because she wants access to all the fences. And she wants to build up the Thieves Guild, because that way she can sell stuff and make more money.
Oh, of course, the poor girl who was murdered. Such a beautiful young thing. A tragedy, to be certain.
She also wants to train in heavy armor. You would never take this armor someplace where there were mages. You would just be one hit.
Show me what you've got! I'll see you in pieces!
This feels like a butt whipping. And watch stamina go down. Now this sparring session lasts 12 hours in-game. Game hours. And now it's night, and she's leveled up, so it's time to go get more training. Because she's committed to doing training at every level, so she has to stop what she's doing and go get more training.
Safe?
And so that sparring session got heavy armor up. She's not going to stay in heavy armor. It got block up, and we need to get block to 50. Yeah, everything's coming along nicely. Well, except alchemy, restoration, and alteration. Coming along very slowly.
Travels.
Back to the quest, so she goes inside the little bandit place, and she starts to invest in restoration. You'll notice I never spend all the perks. I always hold some in reserve. And here she is, she's investing in restoration and alteration. You can only do this with jewelry. Jewelry that gives you magicka regen. Oh well, at least as a Khajiit. I mean, she has, she's really terrible at magic, and she has a penalty. So she needs all the help she can get, and so she's wearing jewelry that gives her, that makes this possible. Don't forget this trainer. This guy is right here.
Beyond down. I'm impressed. Here I was saving this for a rainy day. Maybe now I can afford a few more for my people.
And there's a little quest that
Take
you
it.
do too.
May the earth beneath your feet.
And it's a good idea to do quests to make people like you and get them on your side. So she finally gets heavy armor to 100. By Requiem standards, not that terribly hard. By Skyrim standards, really hard. Nothing's going to level up fast or easy in Requiem. It just is going to take a while. You have to invest in it. You have to invest effort. But she's not done. She can use, now that she has Alteration up a little bit, she can also level up Evasion. You really can't do this without Alteration. So after an investment of a lot of time and effort and training, she's gone up quite a bit. Restoration's coming along. Alteration is... and she's going to focus on restoration and alteration. And evasion is at 100. So that's great. She really doesn't want to do conjuration. It's just not her thing. So if she invests heavily in, and it depends on where she, it depends on the enchants on her equipment, but she can get 250 now additional armor from Alteration. And that's a huge game changer, and so is the 30% magic resistance. That perk is extremely valuable. It means half of the time that people swing at you, they're going to miss. And that is absolutely huge. You actually get, it seems like, more than 50% of the time. They just swing and don't do any damage. So, depending on what you're wearing, you can get very high armor. And depending on what jewelry and necklaces and rings, get a very high armor rating and still be an evasion character. And she still hasn't made smithing gear because she doesn't have enchanting. So this all depends entirely on what enchants you have. So before every battle, beef stew, elsewhere fondue, bestial stew. Because that's the only way, because she puts everything in health, that's the only way magic and stamina will have any kind of numbers that will allow her to function. Okay, now it's time to finish this. Right before she kills the bandits, she'd like to thank them for helping her train and the wonderful experience she's had and how much she's enjoyed working with them. And then she's going to kill them. The potions, because of where alchemy is, are just not very good. At this level, you only get 17% boost to everything, and that's just not very much. It's very low level. So even with alchemy at 50, we're not getting very much. I call that recon by fire. And he'll pause and look where we shot, and then when he pauses, that's a perfect time to hit him, and 4 times damage. Very nice. So I'm trying to attract more people to that place. That's a good place to hit them. If where the arrow hits is closer to them than I am, then they should go to where the arrow hit. And I probably need to be a little more patient. I probably need to be... Now I'm in their direct line of sight. And if you're in their direct line of sight, they're going to see you. Particularly because, well, my sneak isn't that high, but they'll see you if it's in a lighted area. And for some reason, I really like those close shots, which is a little dangerous. And I go around there's like a big circle, and I go around and come up behind this guy. This is perfect for her. Dar'sa loves these kind of shots. Okay, she hit Alteration, which kind of alerted everyone she was there. I sort of forgot that door just opened. But that's okay. Okay, she wants distance, so she backs up.
No escape.
It's always a good idea if a bunch of people are coming after you to channel them somehow. Use the environment to channel them. So they can't swarm you. They have to come at you one at a time. And I have to put a perk in Destruction, which she is not interested in Destruction even a tiny bit. But to burn this banner, it requires a perk in Destruction. So, we destroyed the banner. And now she's going to loot everything here. And here's the great thing you get from doing this quest is you get Linway's armor. And here are the enchants on Linway's armor. These are very nice. We can make use of this. Maybe, but it's nice to have. Very light. We won't make use of the armor, but maybe some of the other gear.
Honest work, if a bit dull. It pains me to see this locket. To be reminded of Fjotli once more, but I'm glad it's back where it belongs. Told Delvin that if he still desires to have my support for the Thieves Guild in Windhelm, he's got it. Should have been an adventurer like you instead of a farmer.
That is a very nice necklace.
I spent my life serving Talos. I don't plan to stop now.
Requiem gives you some very nice rewards.
Let's see what you have for me today. Something simple to turn around for a profit, I trust. I've been setting up some open trading with Tonilia back at the guild in Riften, and it's proven to be quite profitable.
And we now have a fence, and we now upgraded the Ratway. We have a blacksmith inside the Ratway, which is very convenient. And I also did this little quest.
I'll contact some
Got
of
the
my people
Khajiit
and have them
caravans
prepare
on our
some
side.
shipments right away. Good job. Here, let me give you something for all the legwork.
So her influence is spreading. And now it's time to level up. Enchanting. Absorb health actually is better than banish, but so she switches to that in a little bit. And she's able to get that up nice for the first round. And she's doing this to get out of Conjuration. It takes a while, but with Conjuration gear, it's not that bad. And she does that so she can take points out of Conjuration. Thank you for watching.